Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Gemini. Today is Sun and New Moon in your sign. And so you can celebrate this moment by recognizing that you have the power to be both sides. You have the power to unite within you the masculine and the feminine, and then the higher consciousness will appear. And we see here in the Light Seer Tarot that the feminine, which usually is dark, is light, holding on to the masculine, which is usually the light. And now here it is dark. So recognize that this is a chance to have no opposite energy in your field through the sun. And today you get really both the sun and the moon in your sign, and so this message is gonna be quite special. The yoga position that I give you is King Pigeon, reaching back into the subconscious with your arms, holding on to the toes and recognizing here I'm opening myself up to a higher consciousness. The court card for you is the Knight of Swords. If your birthday is between May 10th and June 9th, this is your court card. In the Rider-Waite, you running into the left path, and the left path is the soul path. Here you're going within, and of course I do the reading with the spin of the earth, and so this is the wobble the earth thus to the left, and that wobble lasts 25,800 years. We divide it then through the 12 zodiac signs and get an age. And currently we're going from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. An age is 2,150 years long. And in an age, a religion is formed. And that's the left spin, right? That wobble goes to the left. Today you get a right spinning reading because it's that human reading. Because you are alone. You are today not influenced by another energy. And so you are establishing the human moment by planting a seed. And where do you want to grow into from here into the full moon? And the full moon is highlighted by the sun in Sagittarius, which is opposite of you. And so today you're getting a right spinning reading, and usually on your full moon you get a left spinning reading, because the left spinning is connected with the soul and the right with the human path. And that's, of course, connected with the spin the earth does every 24 hours around its own axis. Last time you had Gemini Sun and Moon, but no new moon in your sign. So you got a taste of how it feels to have no one influencing you. And the inspiration was bring your heart into everything you do. So you had here the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius, and then the Sacrifice and the Strength, which is Leo. So yeah, the heart, of course, is something that Leo brings for sure, but also just know that when we do something from the heart, it cannot fail, right? It cannot, because it's just then your longing, your desire to evolve comes always through the heart. Good. So I have one more card, the Lifuma Healing Oracle, that I would like to pick. And this I have not done yet. I want to do this in front of the camera. It's an overall energy. And so let's see what the rune alphabet, the Anglo-Saxon rune alphabet, is wanting to tell you. Hood, hooded, unseen, the number 27. These are very eclectic cards, and the text, I really like the text, and I'm holding, you can stop the video and read it yourself. You see here already the number 27, the 2 is your intuition and the 7 is the success. A success in knowing that your intuition is speaking to you all the time, right? Okay, so I'm going to read. The unseeing hooded warrior of inner battles. Look within before looking out. Only listen to thy voice and not the dialogue of others. The hooded falcon with claws and jaws, tears, flesh. We must wait to unmask, uncloak, and be ready to sear with precision the target in our sights, lest we lash out and harm those we openly love. Plan, seek, swoop. So hooded is unseeing. I guess it's that hood, because hooded. And the 27 turns into a 9, which is a completion, which is the hermit, which is an inner knowing, which is an arrival within yourself, within the 2. And not only is she holding on, she's actually embracing the opposite, right? Because when we turn it around, then maybe he's holding on to her. Good. So let's begin this reading. On the position of the Fool comes the Fool. So 0, 0, 2 zeros is interesting, not much. If there is a number in front of a 0, right, then the more zeros you have, the more you have. And if you have no number in front of the zeros, it's like, it's just nothing and everything not yet in a potential. So you are letting yourself fall backwards into the flower of life. And then while falling, you arrived here a little bit disheveled. Yeah, you look a little bit like you went through quite something in this deck, right? It's the Visconti Sforza Tarot. I have listed all the decks that I'm using down below. On the position of the Magician comes then the Rainbow, the liberation out of having fallen out of the infinite potential, and this foolish idea to let yourself fall and then realize you're not falling but you're flying is the magic. And the magic here shows you the path into the human direction, the right spinning path. You're looking slightly over at him and you're like, okay, I guess I did it. And the 41 is the one with the Magician, that magic of the 4 elements, of knowing that the square, the 4, is the responsibility, is the Emperor. And magic, you are creating this path of yours and say, okay, I have come down here to Earth and I want to take this path again and again. And I'm listening to my soul. And together it creates a 6, right? So the 41 is a 5. Then the 5 senses bring you forward. With the 6th sense of the Magician, you are like, that's it. I am flying. I am soaring. I am taking this path like a newborn baby, like the soul wants to experience again and again this world in a new way. On the position of the High Priestess did come the Ace of Swords, and that's your sword. You don't have a sword here anymore. You have actually quite something more sophisticated. And of course here in this one you're holding the sword, right? And you are going the spiritual path, maybe sometimes a little fast. And you can see now this goes in two opposite directions, but this is fast too. And so you are okay with that, right? And so the High Priestess is saying, well, connect with your intuition, connect with the clear thought, because the sword is pointing up and is going through this crown, and you have that crown and you have that stream of consciousness deep within you, and together it creates a 3. She's the 2 and this is a 1, right? The 3 is, do you give birth to a new clarity of thinking, a new way of seeing your intuition being brought to you, and also knowing that this is the Lord of the root of the powers of air. So there's a spiritual brightness, a spiritual stream that is coming to you while you're flying into this situation, and you're like, yes, I can do that. I want to do that. I want to use my sword. I want to go deep within. And he doesn't have a horse anymore. He has a motorcycle. So he's getting faster and faster. On the position of the Empress, you get Scorpio coming up. So Scorpio is that radical transformation, that cutting off heads and hands and feet, as you can see, and he's facing the left spinning cycle, while she is facing the right spinning cycle. And she gives birth to a new you. She gives birth to you as a new emotional connection has been formed. Because yes, you did drop down, you did let yourself fall into this rainbow. And the rainbow has all 7 chakras, has all the potential to be now explored. And then the clarity comes, that one thought that brings you the intuition, and then you feel that when you let go, you become someone new. And it's important. It's important that you recognize that. And that's what this clear thought brings out of you, that you are giving birth to yourself, to a new you today, because you are having no influence whatsoever. Now this could be Scorpio in your life, but I feel, because it's the major arcana, I feel it's more a state of consciousness that is saying, I gotta let go of a few things that just don't make sense anymore. Because then on the position of Gemini in the moon comes the 8 of Cups. You are walking away emotionally from things that don't make sense anymore. And you know that this walking away into the sun is like, I realize now how important it is to say, well, magic and the birth of whatever comes out of that magic, right? Because when I calculate them together, it's like the 13 and the 3 is the 16, is the Tower. It's like, yes, there's a break free, there's a breakthrough. But the 16 turns into a 7, and the 7 is here. So something unseen, hooded, of a warrior of inner battles is wanting to look out. But first you looked within, and now you can go without. And it's really interesting because he is also giving you his back, right? And so she is turning her back to the things that are not working anymore, and she is leaving 1 cup behind her, and she's like, okay, that's the only cup I need, right? That's the holy cup. That's that cup, like that one sword. And so she's moving on emotionally, because the 6 and the 8 creates a 14, and the 14 creates a 5. And we had the 5 here, right? The 41 as that reverse of then the 14 here. So you are recognizing, okay, I'm moving on. Life brings more because I just know that I am ready to grow, and you are ready to grow. You are now sitting up in the mountains like a queen of swords. You have matured, you have evolved, you have grown, and the bird is still there, and she's looking into the human path, and you have done the work. You have said, okay, I'm leaving. I'm going to a new adventure. I leave things behind me, and I don't regret it, because that's the infinite path of the Fool, the infinite path of the storytelling of all stories, which is the person that has to define who he wants to become. That's the story of the hero. The hero has to go out. The hero has to dare and fall and get disheveled and get not always comfortable, right? That's the story. And so you are ready to take that path, and now you're up here sitting and seeing into the human path and wondering what else is coming. Now, what else is coming is the Wheel of Fortune, again on the position of the Lovers, but this time with the Sun as a connection. And so the Wheel of Fortune is a 10 and the 6 is a 16 again. So there is really something saying, well, you had the number 16 twice, and so you're learning to really let go. I mean, how else can I say it? You're learning really to let go. Today is the day of letting go. Today is the day where you are recognizing, okay, I have Sun and New Moon in my sign, and I'm gonna change everything, bring your heart into everything you do, right? I'm gonna let go. And here the 4 is connected also with the 4th chakra. And the 13 creates a 4, which is then the heart chakra. So your heart tells you everything okay. Everything that you do is a part of this game. And so here you are recognizing that this is Jupiter talking, the expansion, the growth, the learning, because 16 again becomes a 7, and this is all you want to do. You want to learn, you want to be hooded and unseen, but also you must unmask yourself, right? You must go out and see the dialogue, the voice and the dialogue of the others that you can learn from. And this is the human path, is that we have these interactions with people that sometimes bring us to the edge, but that edge is good, because that's when you learn and grow and understand that everything has a meaning, everything has a way. Because then on the position of the Moon comes here the stranger, or the curiosity, the number 53. So the 5 as the 5 senses and the 3 as that birth from the Empress makes an 8. And so the 18 of the Moon, the diving deep into these strange things that this world is now bringing to us, particularly when you walk away, the 8, and this 8 is giving you, yeah, I can do this. I just go, because Scorpio is the 8th zodiac sign, is the 8th house of letting go. And you are letting go today on the new moon in your sign, and you see that there are things speaking to you, because the 18 is the magic in the infinite potential of new strange things coming to us so that we can learn. Calculated together, we get the 9. And the 9 is the completion that you will find here in the 27. The 9 is the completion. With the 8 stays, right? 9 always gives up itself to the other number. So here with the moon card on Gemini, the 8, there is an 8 portal now connecting you to a higher consciousness that makes you go and walk and do the things so that you can learn and evolve, even though sometimes it feels like you actually dive deep down into this ocean of all possibilities, right? And there are strange things that we can learn and encounter, but the curiosity takes us further than we would ever dream of. And then on the position of the sun, which is also in your sign, comes then here this beautiful card, the gravity, the number 39, the groundedness that you feel when you realize that you have gone to the core, that you have dived deep down and you find yourself excited to be, because this is the 19, which creates then a 10. But the 1 and the 9 here says, okay, the 1 is the magic and the 9 is the completion. So together they create the 10. And the 10 always is that, okay, right? This is then here the 10-10. And the 10 is like, okay, a new cycle begins. And this new cycle is, you did go deep down. You did go all the way down into your subconscious, right? The 39 becomes a 12. The 1 and the 2, the magician and the high priestess. Together, then the empress. The empress stays, and the empress brought, of course, this, right? And you are learning to completely open yourself, because this calculated together becomes a 7. And the 7 was here in this hood, the unseen. So you're learning deep down who you truly are and who you maybe want to become now. Because then on the position of the world, you get the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands is always that celebration, is that high time, right? It's that, of course, a lot of people say that's the marriage, etc. But here you have Venus in Aries. And Aries is that, Aries is that in your head, that mind, that thought, that I can celebrate myself now up here. And guess what? The 21, the 2 again, the intuition with the inspiration creates the 3, creates the Empress, and then after the Empress comes the 4, and the 4 is the Emperor. The Empress and the Emperor together, they create unsurmountable things. They create here, this, right? And then calculated together, it's a 7 again. And the 7 is the success, and the 7 is speaking about Cancer already. The next month, Sun in Cancer. When we look at the Sun, we see the constellation Cancer behind it, right? But it's not the Sun that's moving. It's us that is moving. It's the Earth that is moving. And that's why I do right and left spinning reading, because the Earth does this movement to the right around its own axis 24 hours. And at the same time, while she's spinning around the Sun and turning every 24 hours, she does also a wobble to the left. And that wobble is very slow, 25,800 years, like I said. And we get an age of 2,150 years. The age of Pisces, which is that looking into the subconscious then looking up. The age of Pisces are the feet, right? The body part. You're reaching into your feet and you're learning. The deeper down you go, you're learning to embrace all that is strange. Embrace all that you don't make sense of it yet, because that's what the age of Pisces still is bringing to you, right? So the moon is Pisces. The moon is the age of Pisces. And so here you are letting yourself fall. And so here you are, to close the reading, then you as the Fool that is seeing these 4 graces up in the sky celebrating themselves, the 4 elements, right? The 4 here in the rainbow, the knowing that you just keep going, and that you know that you have that one clear thought, that one ace, and you have the one here in Scorpio, right, on the position of the Empress with the 3. And yeah, you just continue your path, right? And you know there is something up there in the sky. You see it through the Libra energy, and the Jupiter energy is saying, okay, everything is spinning, everything is continuously shifting and changing, and you are learning to embrace now the high time, because this is where the sun has brought you. The sun says, well, go deep down, because I'm not even giving a little bit of light to the new moon, right, in your sign. And so you are down here, but that's when you recognize that you have everything that you need, because that's where you can go up again, up in the sky. And the 7 here speaks clearly to this 7, right? And that you are learning to completely embrace the journey, because it's the journey that makes everything a difference in our lives, right? It's not where I'm getting, it's how I'm getting there. Wow, how beautiful, right? And then, of course, remember the 9. The 9 here is with this 9 in the card, right? That moment where you are seeing, okay, there are worlds, there are things that I don't understand yet, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to go deep down. I'm willing to hold on to my own self, right? And not a partner. That's not the lovers that I'm reading, right? The lovers that most people read is like, oh, it's a relationship, etc. It's a relationship with you first of all, right? And if you don't have that relationship with yourself, what do you have? So bring your heart into everything you do. And one more time, bring your heart into everything you do. But you do have a Scorpio here. You do have a Libra here, right? These are the only 2 Zodiac signs that are here. So I don't know. You know. And so it's also for you to look into what rings true here through this reading. Okay, so I hope I see you in the next one, because the 7 came up a few times. That's Cancer. The Earth spins, so we see behind the sun the constellation Cancer. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me, and I wish you a beautiful new moon meditation. Namaste.